Good evening and welcome back to the channel. This video is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own research, make your own decisions. Just a brief update, guys. I'm going to put this on my backup channel. CPI came in hotter than expected. Markets took a big hit for a brief moment and then had a big reversal. DXY shot up, came back down. Just a crazy volatile day in the market. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. I'm very interested to see what happens tomorrow because if you remember, the S&P finished the week slightly positive last week, which is crazy to even think about, but the stocks could finish the week positive this week, guys. We could have 2 consecutive weeks of positive price action in the stock market, depending on what happens tomorrow. It could nosedive tomorrow too, so, just know that. I think they're going to continue to keep this as up and down and crazy and volatile as they possibly can until they're ready to move markets one way or the other. And to that point, in my very next video, which I don't have time to do right now, I'm going to talk about the path for the melt up. Because, again, and this is not hopium, there's just literally 2 different outcomes. Dollar strengthens, dollar weakens. There's no third option, all right? Going sideways only lasts for so long, especially with these type of market conditions. So one of 2 things will happen. The dollar will strengthen or the dollar will weaken. And whatever happens, and whichever one it is going to have it's going to largely drive everything else. So that's what I want to discuss in the next video. We've talked about the situation where if dollar strengthens, what happens in that scenario. But I think it is worthwhile to talk about what happens if dollar weakens. Because I think both are entirely possible. But I do want to talk about both outcomes. Because that's really the conversation. From here on out, guys. I know that everybody else wants to talk about all these other things. You can look at all the Fibonacci levels. You can look at all these different things. All the fractal patterns, and I look at all those things too, guys, and I watch as many analysts as I can to try to better understand everything and to get as much information, quality information as I can. But at the end of the day, what's going on with the dollar, currency markets, and debt markets is largely, if not entirely, going to drive everything from here on. So it is important that we discuss the 2 scenarios here and that people are prepared for both. So that'll be that. It is going to center around what is happening right now with Russia, China, Saudi Arabia, the BRICS nations, and this war. So that's really what I want to talk about in my next video because I think that's probably the most pressing thing at this point in time. But for the time being, markets reversed today. We did see many alts got hit pretty hard over the last 24 hours, right? ICP went back to its local bottom. I think DOT set a new low. Some others got hit really hard, but a lot of them held up pretty well. Guys, I think Quant's at like a 4X right now. And if it was just one, I'd be like, whatever. And I'm not trying to say that all alts are booming. Oh, to that point, Blockchain Backer did a video 2 or 3 days ago talking about previous cycles and does everything bottom at the same time? Does Bitcoin, altcoin market cap, and all altcoins bottom at the same time? Or what does that look like? And in the previous cycle, Bitcoin bottomed, the altcoin market cap bottomed, and many alts bottomed. But about 3 or 4 months later, or several months later, other alts bottomed as well. So there is historical precedent for what just happened with alts. I'm not saying that that's what's happening right now. I have no idea whether the bottom is in or not. I've given you my opinion on all this over the last 4 months. I've shown you as much data as I can show you, and we'll see what happens. But this just goes to show how quickly things can turn around, good and bad. And I think that until they're ready, because at some point they got to show their cards, and they're going to have to make some moves with financial markets. And I think that they're just trying to take people on an emotional roller coaster and do everything they possibly can to scare them into paralysis between now and whenever they actually make their move with financial markets. So that's it. That's it. That's all. Take care. Have a good day. I will see you. It'll be tomorrow. I'll get this video out tomorrow. If not tomorrow, definitely Saturday. In the next 48 hours, I'll do this video because I think it's very, very important. And I think that there's a decent probability this could happen. That's all I have. Take care. Have a good night. I'll see you next video.